It is 2026 and the world is opening up with AI, with the increase in our technology. 2026 is our year to win. And I'm going to talk about that today because we live in a world where it is so bipolar, whether it is people that see all the endless opportunity in the world. There is so much possibility versus the world is going to end as we know it and that's it. And everything's going to go to shit. So we're going to try and meet you halfway in the middle there because the reality is both of those things are true, but there is so much opportunity right now and the next 5 years for you to completely change your life. And usually our videos are very fitness based. Today is going to be more about life. This is going to be a life video that we really just are going to break down just simple things that you can do to get yourself ahead for the next couple of years because we are going to see a lot of changes between everything that's going to happen with the stock market. We're probably going to see a dip at some point here in 2026. I'm not saying that is stock advice or I have no, but the way I have handled my money is be careful of the stock market and be ready because if the market were to crash, if it were, I don't know, hypothetically, the best time to buy would be when it crashes because how many times does it go up? It goes back up. After the crash, the 2008 crash, the 24, what was it, the 20, what was it, 2012, 2008, 2012. We had a couple crashes there in the mid 2010s. And it bounced back and became better. And the same thing is going to happen at some point here over the next couple years. So if you invest properly, you could really increase your money. The housing market. You're trying to buy a house right now. I'm in that same position. It's not easy right now. But in a few years, things could change. And there could be a flood of opportunity, especially with a lot of people my age. They've given up. They've given up. There's no opportunity for me. There's nowhere to buy a house. So why even try? I'm working as little as possible. I'm getting by, living in my apartment, and I'm not making much. But I'm never going to buy a house, so what's the point? Well, then the housing market corrects, and for the winners that have been putting in the work, saving their money the last couple years, when nobody else worked or did anything, they're the only ones with money, and they can go out and get what they want. And that's what I want to talk about today, because, yeah, things are rough right now. And I'm right there with you. I'm always with you guys. But the reality is, as the world has always been, the margin between the winners and the losers continues to stretch. And the barrier to entry for the winners continues to get lower because average continues to go downward. And as average continues to go downward, the people that rise above that, the people that give effort, that try, that do, those are the ones that are going to be successful through all of this, through all the chaos and the angst and the problems and everything else that's going to happen here. You stay committed to your systems. You stay committed to your identity. And you do the things you have to do to get better every day. And it might take a little bit of betting on yourself, putting yourself in the right position at the right time. People might make fun of the guy that buys 10 lottery tickets and say he's never going to win anything. He's never going to win anything. Goes a couple months, those 10 lottery tickets never win. But at least he puts himself in a position to win. Now, I'm not saying to go out and get lottery tickets, but build a base of your life where you find yourself in an environment where you can be successful. because you might not be successful right away. But if you have the framework, the work ethic, the discipline, the cash, the assets to put you in a position to be successful, you're better off than the person that didn't do those things. Does that make sense? And that's really where it comes back to. Every day, you have to put in the work because you are trying to compete with other people that want everything that you have and everything that you want. And the more that you avoid that competition, the further you are setting yourself back. And the harder it's going to be for you to build yourself back because you're taking your time off. And the more time you take off, especially in your 20s, the more you're going to have to work later on in life to compete and keep up with everybody that outpaced you. All those sleepless nights, those extra hours worked, they didn't make sense at the time. You weren't out partying with your friends and drinking and things like that. But when you could buy a house and you could rent it out to those friends because they want to move out now, they want to start maybe going out, doing some stuff that they don't want their family there for. You're the only one that has a house. Yeah, you could come live here. $1,500 rent a month. But you could live here. Help me pay my mortgage. And they'll look at you like a hater. They'll hate on you. Maybe not in front of you, but behind the scenes, you'll get little hearings here and there. What did Kevin do to get that money? Was he doing drugs? Was he doing shady shit? Because they can't even comprehend the idea of just working hard and showing up and doing the things you have to do every day. If they had done that too, they would be successful. So understand, showing up every day, working hard, continuing, believe in what you want, and continue to show up. Because what else are you going to do? In the world of turmoil that we're in right now, this, in our 20s, guys in your 20s and even your early 30s still, this is the greatest time to be alive. Because if you're one of the winners and the doers, you're going to have so much potential in front of you. Understand that. Your mindset creates your reality. So if you think negative, you think the world's going to end, you think everything's going to shit, it is. But if you continue to go with the process, reach for your visions that you see every day, you're going to get there. And nothing in this life is promised. I won't promise you that. I can't promise you a successful life. I can't promise you you'll be rich. But you can do everything in your damnedest to put yourself in position to be there. And when you look back when you're 80 years old, on your deathbed, you will have no regrets. And why is that? You won't have any regrets in your life because you gave everything you had. And wherever the tokens fall, wherever the cookie crumbles, wherever the ball drops, you know you did everything that you physically, mentally, emotionally could to get you where your life was. Do everything it takes. Do whatever it takes to get what you want. And normally, that means working harder than you are. You don't have to do anything shady. You don't have to do anything illegal. But you do have to show up and put effort. That's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this one, a little bit of a more personal video. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Guys, the world is ours. You just have to be willing to go out and take it.